All right, excellent. Welcome, everybody. I'm happy to see you here for the 21-day nutrition reset for October. I'm going to share my screen, and I will just do that now, and you will see. Do you all see the 21-day nutrition reset and the little logo looks good? Yep, doesn't have any funny, weird coding bits. Okay, perfect, awesome. All right, so this is participatory to a certain degree, so I will rip through all these fun slides, and I will tell you, I has excitement. Does anybody have excitement?
Yes.
Yes. Okay, good. Awesome. Okay, let's go. So are you ready to gain more energy? Who wants more energy?
Me.
Yeah, good. How about release some stubborn body fat?
Yep.
Flatten your tummy? Yes.
Yep.
Yeah, good. Okay. And develop the healthiest version of yourself. Yes.
Yes.
Good, good, good. Okay, we're in the right place. Okay, so it's time to get into the details of the reset. At the end, you'll have some information and motivation. Get ready to go shopping and get ready for this coming week so we can start creating your ideal body. That's Kelly. He dropped 23 pounds in 21 days, and he's still doing really well, which is fantastic. That's about 6 or 7 months ago. But before I get started and unveil what's behind the curtain, I do want to have a quick disclaimer, which says, I can give you all of the tools and the training and help you develop the mindset for success. But in the end, it's your attitude that makes all the difference. Does that make sense?
Yep.
Yes. Yeah. Because if you hate change and you're not willing to try something new, totally different, and perhaps even annoying, your chance of success will plummet. Because what you've done before has gotten you here where you are now. So let's try something different. Does that make sense? Yes.
Yep.
Okay, awesome. Perfect. Okay, good. Because newsflash, nothing works. It doesn't. Nothing works. You make it work, right? There are addicts right now living off of dumpster food, and they're still alive. They're making it work. So you have to make things work, and people can make anything work. People have made the cabbage soup diet work. They've made the people, you can make anything work. Your car doesn't work. It sits in the driveway until you start it and drive it. And this is the same. This will require you to make it work. It's going to be stuff to do, if that makes sense. Yeah. Yeah, good. Okay, cool. I've collected hundreds of before and after pictures, and I'm always looking for more, especially ladies. Ladies don't tend to want to do before and after pictures. So I highly encourage you to take a picture now, today or Monday morning or whatever. You don't even have to send it to me. You don't have to send it to anybody, but just mark that moment in time. It doesn't have to be in a bikini. It just needs to be something that shows where you're at. And then at the next 21 days, do a progress photo. It might not be your after, but it will show you progress that you might not be able to see. I've been a trainer since 98, and I've owned a gym in Sylvan Lake, obviously, for 18 years, serving our community. I think a lot of people know that. But that all changed in 2020. And my passion for helping people hasn't changed. It just looks different now. So the gym's closed, but I'm proud to say that me and my team have helped our community drop over 2,000 pounds of fat per year on average. And it's interesting. I'm on good track this year by myself to help 1,200 pounds go. So I'm pretty stoked that even though it's just me and I don't have a big facility anymore, I'm still helping people. And I love that. But I wasn't always born the fitness guy that everybody kind of knows me as they do today. So with your indulgence, I know some of you have seen this before, but I'm just going to show you a little bit about my journey. People call me Uncle Scotty. My staff called me Uncle Scotty. You can call me Coach Scotty if you want. I was in architecture for 13 years, getting fat and sick and stressed. And after a year of specialists and tests, a doctor finally did a physical, and he asked me a bunch of questions because I had allergies. I had something called tinnitus ringing in my ears. I had bad circulation. My back was sore all the time. It was a mess. I had no energy. And he finally did a physical and said, you need to exercise and take care of yourself and de-stress, or you're not going to make it to 30. Kid. And so I did that. And I went from Pillsbury Doughboy, which I like to share that in this before photo, I had already dropped 20 pounds because I would not let somebody take my before picture until I was ready. Does that make sense? Like, that's silly, but can anybody relate to that? Like, not yet. I'm not okay. So, and then I got in the best shape of my life. I got the whole 6-pack thing, and I just felt amazing. My whole life changed. And that passion led to working in a few gyms in the late 90s. And I opened Best Body Fitness in 2002, having quit my career in architecture 2 weeks before I was an associate partner, because I realized I was at the top of the ladder on the wrong building, and I wanted to do what I loved. So I got into triathlon and I began to travel the world competing. And at the World Championships of Ultraman in 2015, I nearly died in a bike crash in the rain at nearly 70 kilometers an hour. So I went from fit world champion athlete guy to busted in the blink of an eye. And I shattered my shoulder. I broke my arm in half. I broke 5 ribs. I busted up my knee. I broke my skull open, and I had one of the worst brain injuries you can get, which I don't recommend. So that brought me back to the long road of getting back to healthy again, using, of course, all of the things I've learned since 98. And I will admit, though, that 3 years of surgeries and rehab and all the challenges does take its toll, especially when emotional eating happens. Is anybody out there an emotional eater? Does anyone say yes, nod? Emotional eater? Have a real bad day and it's straight to the ice cream? Anyone?
Yes.
Yeah. Well, I was very much an emotional eater. And with all the surgeries and a lot of times where I couldn't exercise, I gained a bunch of weight. I got back up to 230 odd pounds. And then I was like, okay, after my final surgery, my knee surgery, I was like, that's it, I'm done. And I got back to fit again. And now I look fit again. And I'm much happier being fit. And I got back to the World Championships in 2018. I finished the race that nearly killed me by going back 3 years later. And it was amazing. We made a documentary about it. It's pretty cool. So since my transformations, I've surrounded myself with amazing people and I've been able to live my passion every day, transforming lives and changing the world. So which brings us to you here now. Now it's your time. So those of you on the line, let me hear you say it. I want to hear it's my time.
It's my
It's my time.
My time.
Nice job, Savannah. Excellent. Good job on the unmute. Love it. So let me ask if some of these apply to you. And I want you to, whether you're mute or not, I want you to say yes if they apply to you, or that's me, or something like that. So you're feeling down on yourself for having let your health go down and your weight go up. Is that anybody that's feeling bad about that?
Yep.
Okay. How about you have people in your life that you want to help, but you're not really setting a good example? Yeah.
Yeah.
Your
Mhm.
own mind is filled with negative self-talk and it's just draining your energy. Is that anybody? Kind of a drag?
Yeah.
Talking to you? Yeah. You're so
Yeah.
bad. Look in the mirror and it just matters at you. Okay. Tired of back rolls, having a spare tire, kind of, double chin, flabby arm, feeling a little jiggly right now. Is anybody feeling a little jiggly?
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. Just frustrated.
Pretty jiggly.
What's that? Is anybody
I
get
feel pretty
frustrated shopping
jiggly.
for clothes? That's a hard thing about Zoom. Sometimes I miss the comments. So go one more time. I'm late. Okay, cool. Who gets frustrated shopping for clothes right now?
Yeah.
Does anybody
Yep.
have a section in their closet, which is the I'll get back to you later closet section?
Yep.
Right? Because those Lululemons were $250. Right? I'm not quitting on those. Okay. How about you've tried diet books and apps and gyms and trainers and boot camps and fitness programs, and so far nothing's worked long term, and you're a little bit skeptical, not only in programs but also in your own ability to succeed. Does that apply to anybody? Skeptical? Not anymore though, right, Bonnie?
Right.
How about who can barely stand getting on the scale and the thought of it gets you a little bit nervous? Is anybody?
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. So getting to a place where you only put yourself in places and circumstances where you feel safe, or make choices based on what others want instead of what you want. Like, you really shouldn't have all of that junk food, but your friends are all doing it. So you're like, well, I kind of want to fit in, and oh, well. Anybody? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Awesome. Well, I'm glad you're here. Legit. You did it. Okay, good. It's almost time for those movies. Elf? Anyone? No? Just me? Okay.
Yeah.
Who's heard this saying, you only live once? Right? YOLO. Now, those of you that know me, you know what I'm going to say next, which is that's not true. You only die once. You live every day. In fact, it's the longest thing you'll ever do. Right? You live every day. So make your life awesome. Right? So this 21-day nutrition reset is the answer. I'm going to guide you through this 3-step process. In 21 days from where you are, getting you to where you want to be. So we're going to start from making poor food choices, negative self-talk, low energy and motivation. We're going to make healthy choices daily, gain some energy and enthusiasm, start some exercising and feeling good, and then start to create your ideal you, feel like yourself again, and be a role model to others. Does that sound good?
Yep.
Okay, cool. Well, what exactly is the 21-day reset? I mean, what are we going to eat, right? So here's the list of things you can eat on your diet. Has anybody ever done a really ridiculous diet where you're allowed to eat like 2 things? Yeah, right. I know. No, it's not that. It's simple. It's 21 days of lemon water, castor oil, and cayenne pepper. We call it the Master Disaster Cleanse. Who's in? Anyone? No? Okay. I'm just kidding. It's not that kind of plan. It really isn't. It is 21 days of clean eating. So no processed sugar, no, I'm going to say unhealthy carbs, no like sugars and stuff and junk, no dairy. And the great news is no calorie counting, which is awesome. So it's grain-free, sugar-free, dairy-free. Not that those things are necessarily bad, quote unquote. They have their place in a sense, but they tend to be inflammatory. They tend to be disease causing. They tend to be a challenge. And we'll learn more and more about that as we go. But again, it's not about what you can't eat. It's about what you can eat. Fresh fruits and vegetables, eggs, healthy fats, lean meats like chicken, beef, fish, good carbs like brown rice, quinoa, sweet potato, right? Good stuff like avocado. Who loves a good avocado?
Yep.
Right? It's easier in Mexico than in Canada for sure. Because Mexico, like when you find that perfect avocado at the supermarket and it's that reverent moment. Does anyone? Because in Canada, I always say this, but avocados have 3 stages. There's bulletproof, like you could smash a brick wall with it. And then there's ripe, which is about 87 seconds long. And then it's rotten. Those are avocados in Canada, right? Okay. Has anybody else had a bowl of avocados, like 5 or 6, and you realize one of them's ripe and you better open all of them right now? And so now you're just eating 5 avocados. Is that just me? No? Okay. Now, one thing I want you to know is that for the reset, I'd like you to stay away from coffee for 21 days. What? So I know some people are like, I haven't had my coffee yet. Don't make me kill you. But don't quit right now. And honestly, in the last 21-day reset, I had a lady quit right there. That's where she quit. At the introduction information video, when I said no coffee for 21 days, and she reached out to me and I said, well, listen, you don't have to. Keeping coffee in won't make or break your detox. Coffee in and of itself is not necessarily bad, but it does stress the adrenal glands, which actually makes you more fatigued, leads to coffee crashes, and your adrenals are depleted, which raises the stress hormone cortisol, which makes you store belly fat. So has anybody been on the coffee roller coaster where you get up in the morning and it's the first thing you think about? You can't function until you have a coffee. And as soon as you have a coffee, you feel like a superhero. And then 3 hours later, you feel like a superhero that needs another coffee. Anybody you like that? Yeah. I have to confess, I was, so our documentary has been nominated as the best feature-length documentary at the Central Alberta Film Festival. And I've been working a ton, getting all kinds of different things ready for the nutrition retreat that we're looking at doing and a bunch of other stuff, in addition to building a shed around the house. And I had to go to this film festival from 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. and I was really quite tired. And I thought, I haven't had coffee in forever, months and months and months and months and months. And I thought, I'm just going to slide by Starbucks and I'm just going to grab a coffee and I'll grab a healthy egg white wrap. And it's got some grains, but it's a pretty healthy choice. And it was about 5 p.m. and I had a coffee. And I went to bed at midnight that night. And I laid in bed wide awake until 4 a.m. There was no chance I could sleep. So yeah, lesson learned. Anyway, so instead of coffee, non-sweetened green tea, it does still have a tiny little bit of caffeine in, but it doesn't deplete your adrenals because of the superfoods that are in green tea. It actually helps you lose weight. So green tea, totally awesome. I sometimes have a chai tea, which is a bit more of a black tea. Again, those are phenomenal and they'll help you through it. The foods are delicious. There are so many foods in the manual that are just delicious. This is the bacon wrapped pesto chicken. Who's made the bacon wrapped pesto chicken? I know Bonnie has. I know, like, I have company coming. I want to serve a healthy meal. Bonnie,
I made it.
Yeah. You made it, Savannah?
I took like some prime photos.
I know, right? Hey, let's put your photos up. Mark and Kendra, have you guys made the bacon wrap pesto chicken yet?
Kind of like that, but we didn't have any pesto, so we just.
Well, you make
everything
pesto from spinach, but yeah, cool. But you've given it a shot.
Yeah, we've wrapped tons of stuff in bacon. It's always better.
Perfect. Awesome. So
Bacon's good.
yeah, and then there's stir fries. And this is just chicken, rice, and avocado. And one of the tricks for avocado is to use Yucatan 95% guacamole, which is basically avocado with a little bit of salt, a little bit of spices. And so it's just perfect all the time. And whereas avocados, you kind of got to wait till they're ripe. And the SBI muffins, everybody always talks about the should be illegal muffins. They are phenomenal. They're a banana dark chocolate muffin, and they're phenomenal. They're a game changer, lifesaver for me. All right. So the manual. Now you should all have the manual by now. If you don't, please let me know. I've emailed it out and I've messaged people the manual. So if you've got the manual, if you really want to go just quick start, jump to that page and get going. The quick start guide comes into places like, well, what do I eat? Brown rice, quinoa, sweet potatoes, vegetables, tons and tons and tons and tons and tons of vegetables. The vegetables are great. Fruit, have some fruit is amazing, right? That's fantastic. It's so good for you. And healthy fats, olive oil, coconut oil, avocado oil, avocados like nuts and seeds and butters and flax seeds, hazelnuts, olives, ghee, coconut butter, coconut milk. Canned coconut milk is phenomenal. I use that all the time for so many things. And then lean protein, seafood, all the seafoods kind of thing, grass-fed beef, bison, lamb, elk, venison, eggs, chicken, turkey, duck, pheasant, bone broth, all that kind of good stuff. Now, for the first 3 to 7 days, you can go completely without animal protein, or you can also do a 3-day juice cleanse. If you really want to go hardcore, that's another option that some people really like. That is a possibility as well. Okay. And to be straightforward and clear, the things to avoid are, and there's a handy list, and I take this grocery shopping with me in case if I don't remember, now I've got most of it memorized, but if you can't remember, we're going to stay away from popular grains, wheat, rye, barley, oats, corn, which is not a vegetable, folks, it's a grain, processed white rice. Okay. Stick with whole grain rice, millet, bulgur, sorghum, amaranth, buckwheat, and sprouted grains. We're going to stay away from sugar, right? Including honey, which I know honey's natural, but it's still, we're trying to get away from that sweet world where we get back to recognizing what real food tastes like. You got to read labels because they'll say brown rice syrup or evaporated cane juice. Evaporated cane juice cracks me up because sugar is made from sugar cane. So if you take sugar cane juice and evaporate it, that's sugar. But they call it evaporated cane sugar. It just sounds all fancy, right? Alcohol, you're going to stay away from alcohol for 21 days. And there's a couple reasons for that. One is alcohol does have calories, 7 calories per gram, whereas fat is 9 calories per gram. Proteins and carbs are 4 calories per gram. So yes, a glass of wine is like a glass of butter. There's that. But also after three glasses of wine, nobody cares about a diet, right? And then you're eating an entire large pizza. That's the problem with alcohol. Okay. I saw some smiles. I'm happy. Tobacco, eliminated if you can. If you need help with that, reach out to me. I've got some stop smoking strategies for people. Caffeine, we're going to stay away from it. Green tea is great. So it's a good alternative. Legumes, there are some legumes that are on the FODMAP inflammation category. So we're going to stay away from black, red, pinto, navy, white kidney beans, lima, fava, peas, chickpeas, and lentils. They're starchy. They raise blood sugar. We're also going to stay away from peanuts and peanut butter. And people ask, well, why peanuts and peanut butter? Well, they're often used, peanuts are used to clean up a dirty crop. So a crop where they've used a lot of pollutants and sprayed pesticides, the next year they'll grow a peanut crop and that cleans out the toxins. And then if you eat those, they can be hard on you. So obviously going with higher quality peanut products when you do that later, like organic and all that kind of stuff, great. But for this detox or this reset, we're going to just stay away from peanuts. Okay. No soy at all. Soy is very harmful. That's one of those big research lies that soy is good for us. It's just not. So we're not going to have any soy protein, soy sauce, miso, tofu, tempeh, umami, soy lecithin. We're going to stay away from dairy for a while. Cow, goat, sheep milk, stuff like that, cheese, yogurt, ice cream. It tends to be inflammatory and mucus forming. So we just really want to give your body a clean 21 days. Now, protein powder, or actually, food additives. We'll stay away from MSG and nitrites and sulfites if we can. Now, when it comes to bacon, we try to find nitrite-free bacon, but if you can't, then have a piece of fruit after the bacon, and that's going to use antioxidants to balance out the free radicals that come from the nitrites. This is how that goes. And then when it comes to protein powder, I'm a huge fan of whey powder protein, but it has to be an isolate so that there's no lactose molecule. That's the sugar from whey powder. Whey powder concentrates are not as good. So I still, in my reset program, personally, that I've been doing for about 3 years, I use whey protein isolate. I sell it out of my garage because I wanted the best quality stuff after I shut down my gym. I didn't want to have to start paying retail or go get it from crappier suppliers. So I still have protein that I sell out of my garage. Because I want to live a life full of energy and vibrancy. I want to be strong, be able to do things I choose to do. I want to be a bright, powerful LED full spectrum light bulb, not a candle praying that there's no wind. If that makes sense. Yes. Yeah. Good. Love the smiles. So in the reset manual, there is a part where there's a suggested meal plan that shows some suggestions. And then also there's a grocery list, which you can take with you, which makes it really easy to go shopping and grab a bunch of different things. There's also a blank one of these schedules where you can fill out your own ideals. Now, people ask, is this a keto diet? I'm not always in ketosis, but when I am, I never poop. You've been on a low carb diet for 5 years and realize it's only been 5 minutes. Carbs are the devil. What is wrong with you? Yeah, I'm not a keto fan. I could talk about keto all day. But it is a really fascinating thing in our world. Have we lost all common sense? Because there's paleo diet, vegan diet, vegetarian diet, raw food diet, blood type diet, Mediterranean diet, zone diet, fast food diet, low fat, low carb, high carb, gluten-free, dairy-free, salt-free, sugar-free. People say, well, which diet is this? And when we look at a lot of the different diets, well, first of all, keto is 75% fat, 20% protein, 5% carbohydrates. I have a problem with that because fruits and veggies are carbohydrates, and that's where all your good minerals and vitamins are. And so I don't think that's a thing to shift away from. The keto diet is notoriously low in vitamins and minerals, and I don't think that's a long-term plan. Does it work? Sure. All diets work if you make them work. And people say, like I said, what diet is this? And it's none of these. It's kind of close to paleo diet, except that we do have rice and potatoes and salt. So it's kind of closest to paleo, but it's not as unforgiving in that sense. So check this out. Here's one of the reasons that the reset program works so well. This is a 2-cup large container of broccoli. 2 cups of broccoli has 62 calories. Now, good old Timbits. 1 Timbit. Who's want to guess? Because I know some of you have been here before. So I'm going to pick on maybe Lanaya, because I think actually you're the new kid today. I can't see the rest of the screen for the other people over here. But how many calories do you think a Timbit has? What do you think?
110.
That's close, actually. They're 70 to 90, depending on the brand. They're about 90 calories. So if you look at that difference, 2 cups of broccoli is 62 calories and 1 Timbit is 90. Now, hands up if you've wrecked a 10-pack of Timbits on the drive to your mom's house and didn't even really realize you just ate 1,000 calories. My hand is up. It might have even been a 20-pack, right? But you can't eat. Can you imagine trying to eat 1,000 calories of broccoli? That's like 25 cups of broccoli. There's no chance you're overeating broccoli, right? That's why vegetables are our friend. They fill your stomach without filling the calories. Awesome. Okay. The other thing fruits and vegetables do, and this is one of the problems with the keto diet, is they are loaded with vitamins and minerals. They are the powerhouse that makes your body fly. So fruits and veggies are your best friend. If you're ever hungry, you snack on fruits and veggies. Is that a deal? Good. Okay. So yeah, if these people can do it, so can you. You can see examples of the 21-day reset, depending on whether you're on your cell phone or whether you're on your computer. It's a little hard to see, but 2 pounds up to 20 pounds all over the place, right? People have dropped all sorts of things. And the average is around 7.4 pounds in 3 weeks. And so let me ask, you guys understand that quick fixes don't work, right? Does everybody know this? Right? Yeah. Jason started with a 6-week challenge and 8 months later, he grew a beard. He did other stuff. It took a while, right? Okay, here's what can happen as a result of this program. And so some of you I can't see right now, but I want you to say yes when you hear something you want. So if you can unmute yourself and say yes when you hear something you want, please go ahead. Who wants to shed some weight?
I do. Yes.
Yes. Okay. Who wants to gain some energy?
Yes.
Yes.
How about release some belly fat?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Increase stamina?
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yeah. How about more confidence?
Yes.
Yes. Fit back in your clothes?
Yes.
Yes. Yeah. Toned arms and legs?
Yes.
Yeah. Tighter and trimmer midsection?
Yes.
Yes. How about gain sexual magnetism? Never mind. Get back that swagger. I've never had a swagger, but I've heard it's good. How about eat better?
Yes.
Yes. Good. How
Yes.
about respect for yourself? That's a big thing.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Positive mindset to start the day.
Yeah.
Yep.
How about inner thighs that don't rub together? Right. Good. How about just happier? Who wants to be happier?
Yep.
Yes. Yeah. Healthier, like full on healthier. Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
Become a role model and a leader. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
You know, it's fun. I've worked with so many people. One fellow that I've been working with, his name is Steven, and he joined my program in May, and he's now down 72 pounds. And he's a different human being, mentally, spiritually, and physically. He's a completely different human being. And, you know, commitment is always that first step. Because Steven bugged me for 2 years before he joined a program because he wasn't ready. And I remember my friend Lyle called me at Christmas one year, and we hadn't been in touch in a while, and I had lost track and I didn't know how he was doing. We lived in different cities, and he called me at Christmas one year and he says, "Hey, I need your help." I'm like, "Yeah, what can I do?" He says, "I can't get off the floor." I was like, "What? Did you fall? Like, why aren't you calling 911? I don't understand." He goes, No. It's not an emergency. I'm too fat. I can't get off the floor." I was like, "What do you mean you can't get off the floor?" He said, "I sat down with my daughter to play with her Christmas presents with her, and I can't get off the floor. I'm too heavy." And I was like, "Well, do you need me to come over? Like, he lives in Red Deer. Like, do you need me to come and help?" He goes, No. I dragged a chair over and I managed to get off the floor, but I'm scared." I said, "Okay." He says, "Can you help me?" "Yeah, I can." So we started working together, and it took a while. It took a year, a little bit over a year. And actually after 2 years, Lau went from 350 to 185, 190. And I competed in a Spartan race with Lyle. We did the Ultra Beast, which is a 50-kilometer obstacle course race on a mountainside, and he crushed it. Lyle and I now work out together every Friday. He's moved to Silver Lake. He's done an Ironman. So go ahead and raise your hand if you're ready to commit to your own health. Yes. Yeah. Perfect. And I know, Bonnie, you said you're in the best shape you've been in like 30 years, which is pretty exciting. Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, it is really exciting.
Yeah. And I know Mark is getting back to jujitsu, and more things are becoming possible. So I love that. Many of you know our mayor, Sean McIntyre. He dropped, he's down, he was over 40 pounds by the time we stopped working together. And he did really well. But his accountability is a big piece of it too. And that's where I come in, but I do need your help. We're going to be working directly with each other, but only if you will communicate. If you go silent, it's really hard to help. So we'll do a starting weigh-in and an ending weight. So we're going to weigh in Monday morning, and I want you to private message me on Facebook or email me your weight so I can register it in an Excel spreadsheet. I'm not going to share it with anybody. I don't show it to anybody. It's just so you have an accountability coach that's looking for your results, right? You know that in 3 weeks, you're going to have to tell me your weight again, and you're going to want that to be different. And that is compliance. That helps you do the things you need to do to get that success. Do you commit to that?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Perfect. Awesome. So yeah, check out Steven. I talked about him, but he started May 4th and he's down. It was 65 pounds by September 4th. And we weighed him in October, and he's 70 pounds now. He's down. Like, that's a different human being. Y'all see that, huh? Yes. Hey, we can. It's unbelievable how different he is. And you're going to need to do some good old fashioned hard work and consistency, right? It's going to take a bit of work, right? You'll need to get out of your own way. You need to watch the daily mindset videos. Are you down for that? Will you watch the daily mindset videos? Yeah. They're like 5 to 10-ish minutes long. And if you watch them at 1.5 speed, then it doesn't take as long to listen to me. But there's good information, right? All right. And a quick word on supplements. People say, do I have to take pills or no, you don't. They're not necessary. if you do want to maximize fat loss, I can help you. The one supplement that I use all the time is whey powder protein. I use collagen. And I've got some healthy protein bars if you need them for portability, but they're not required. I do carry them. I've got vitamins, stuff to help you sleep, collagen, glutamine for muscle inflammation. I've got energy bars, protein bars. So if you need a hand, it's great. I can do that. So here's what to expect for this phase 1 reset plan. And I say phase 1 because I'm hoping you're starting a journey into health that lasts a lifetime rather than just 3 weeks. So this is what we're up to. You got the 90-page detox manual, the reset grocery list, the reset quick start guide, the recipes, the meal plan section. There's vegetarian recipes, the private Facebook group with unlimited online coaching for me. If you're in the grocery store and you're stuck and you don't know which one to choose, you message me, you send me a photo of it, and I will help you. I'm usually pretty instantly available. There's sometimes if I'm training or I'm doing something, I won't get back to you right away, but most people that know me know I get back to them immediately, right? You get the daily mindset reset videos, bonus recipes and videos, and like I said, unlimited contact with me. I'm here to help. And if you are in Sylvan and you want to come in and do a personal in-person body comp, I can do that with my laser scanner in the garage. Now, how to fail. The sarcasm is strong with this one. Do not take this seriously. This is not advice. Stop following the eating plan. Eat sugar, dairy, and grains. Stop watching the daily mindset videos. Drink lots of coffee with additives. Never engage in the private group. Keep all problems or questions to yourself. That's how you fail. So don't do any of that. Is that a deal? Yeah. Okay, good. Awesome. Seriously, yeah, don't be this guy. You see, he's trying really hard. You see how hard that guy's working? I mean, he's pushing with everything he's got. I don't think it's going to make a difference. Does anybody get this one? I get this one. He's in the back. It's a physics thing. All right. So what happens after my 21-day phase? Well, I do have a 6-week program as well. I'm looking at possibly doing one of those in November, if I can pull it off. I'm also planning a full-on retreat in Penticton in November, and it will run the 11th through the 17th, and it's an immersive retreat. So I've got to balance being able to do all of the things, but I'm looking at possibly starting another 6-week program on the 8th of November. It will be a busy week for me, but I'm up for that. I do rarely work with people one-on-one. So if that's for you, that's great. And like I said, this is step 1. It's a clean the slate and start fresh. We can build new habits and knowledge from there. And from there, it's, hey, do you guys have any questions? I will stop the share and we can chat. Cool. How's that? Round of applause.
I'm ready. I'm ready to get at it for another 21 days.
Nice. That's exciting. Any questions? I know, Linnea, you're kind of the new kid on the block.
What about starting the 3-day juice detox or whatever? Is that in the manual?
It is. It's in the final
Okay.
section of the manual. There are smoothies and juices. And
Okay.
I have a couple people that have done that. If they're really far off the wagon, it's a really good clean reset. It's quite powerful. I will say in the manual, one of the smoothies that I have every single morning is the first smoothie in the smoothie section. It's the green smoothie. I bought myself a juicer on Facebook marketing. I got a $350 juicer for $40. It's hardly ever been used, which I think happens a lot with juicers and treadmills. So I got a juicer, and yeah, it's celery, an apple, a lemon, a lime, some ginger, and parsley, and you just shove it through the juicer. And I drink them every morning, and they're unbelievably good for you. I've actually been reading a couple of manuals about the power of that juice every morning, and it's stunningly good for you for killing viruses, for optimizing health and reducing inflammation, increasing digestion. Like, it's just bananas good for you. So that's one of my favorite things. Cool. Any other questions? We're pretty much bang on 35 minutes, so that's pretty awesome. I like to honor your time. So if there's no other questions, I will call it to a close. We good?
Awesome. Thank you so much, Scott.
You're welcome. Linnea, you good?
Yep.
Okay, so if you guys have any questions at all, reach out to me. I am your coach. I'm here to help. There's no limit on questions. Don't ever apologize for asking a question. Don't feel bad for asking a question. Ask as many questions as you have. My job is here to coach you. I got 23 years experience that I want to share, and I want to help you in this journey. So if we're good, I will stop the recording.